An American AI company just deleted Claude from every one of its servers. Not because it broke, because it got too expensive to survive. And the model they replaced it with is an OpenAI from China that the United States government does not trust. This is the story of how the cheapest AI on Earth started quietly eating the most powerful one. And why your favorite AI lab should be scared. Meet Lindy, a 25-person American startup that builds AI agents, software that works while you sleep. For 2 years it ran on Anthropic's Claude, some of the best models money can buy. Then its founder, Flo Crivello, looked at the bill. His AI costs had quietly grown bigger than his entire payroll. More than he paid his humans. He called it what it was. Unsustainable. So he did something drastic. Not 10%. Not a test. He moved 100% of Lindy's AI traffic off Claude and onto a Chinese model called DeepSeek. Overnight, Anthropic went from powering his whole product to powering none of it. His words. It's a matter of survival for the business. Here's the part that should terrify every frontier lab. When you drop the world's best model for a cheaper one, you expect to give something up. Lindy didn't. Crivello says that on many of their core tasks, performance actually went up. Cheaper and better. The one rule everyone treated as iron law, pay more, get more, just broke. Look at why. Claude Opus, Anthropic's flagship, runs about $25 per million tokens of output. DeepSeek V4 Pro? 87 cents. That's not a discount. That's roughly 30 times cheaper for work in the same league. On one real Lindy workload, a job that cost over $4,800 on Claude ran near 1,000 on DeepSeek. 4 times cheaper, in the wild, on real traffic. How is that even possible? Because DeepSeek isn't a product you rent. It's a model you own. It's open-weight, released under the MIT license, free to download off Hugging Face, with a 1 million token context window built in. You can run it on your own hardware and pay nothing per token. Anthropic and OpenAI sell access. DeepSeek gives away the engine. That is a completely different kind of competition. And this is what the headlines missed. Lindy is not a weird outlier. Across America, companies that spent 2 years telling engineers to use the most powerful model for everything are doing a hard U-turn. The industry even had a name for the old way. Token maxing. Burning tokens like they were free. That era is over. Now the boardroom question is return on investment, and cheap Chinese models are climbing the US enterprise charts to answer it. Step back, and the irony is almost unbelievable. In the same month, the US government locked up its own best models for being too dangerous. It pulled Anthropic's Fable 5 offline for the whole world, and gated OpenAI's GPT 5.6 to about 20 approved companies. So while Washington was treating American frontier AI like a weapon, American startups were quietly migrating to the one model it can't control. China's Open One, that anyone can download. And the timing could not be worse for the frontier labs. Anthropic is reportedly heading for an IPO at a valuation near $1 trillion. OpenAI not far behind. Those numbers rest on one belief. That the world will keep paying a premium for the very best model. Lindy just proved that for a huge slice of real work, the world won't. Good enough, cheap enough, and you own it. That's a different business entirely. So the whole industry is splitting into 2 bets. The frontier bet. The smartest model wins, and people will always pay for the top. The efficiency bet. For most real work, good enough, plus dirt cheap, plus you own it, beats brilliant but expensive. For 2 years the frontier bet looked unbeatable. In 2026, the efficiency bet is winning real customers, real revenue, real traffic. What does this mean if you actually build things? The default is flipping. For years the smart move was reach for the best model and eat the cost. Now the smart move is start from the cheapest model that clears the bar, and only pay up when you truly need to. Cost stopped being a footnote. Cost became a feature. And the cheapest serious models on Earth right now are open. And they're Chinese. If you want the one-line version, here it is. An American company fired the best AI in the world, replaced it with a free one from China, and came out cheaper and better. The moat protecting the frontier labs was never just intelligence. It was the belief that intelligence had to be expensive. That belief just took its first real crack. Step back, and the shift is clear. For 2 years the only question that mattered was whose model is smartest. The new question is whose model is worth the money. The benchmark race made the headlines. The price war is what's going to decide who's still standing. And right now, the cheapest player on the board is the one nobody can switch off. So I'll put it to you. If a Chinese open model were cheaper and just as good, would you switch your product to it? Or is that a line you won't cross? Tell me below. And if you want AI news for builders with the hype filtered out, subscribe. This is the shipyard.